There we go. I think we got them all four of them now.
All right.
You see where up in the top? I think I linked them on.
Oh yeah, I see him up at the top.
There we go.
Okay.
All right. My bad. Once again, we're gonna try to restart this thing. But welcome to the crew and you. For those who are just joining us on YouTube and Twitch, we're just getting the show started. Me and the OG, we just getting crunk up, and like we were saying before, our boy G is at the Dallas Cowboy game right now on assignment watching the show. But at the same time, it looks like it's a good week for all three of us. Like I was telling the OG, the Falcons started off. It was kind of ugly. I'll be honest with you. What I realized early is Ritter is not terrible, but he can't afford to make mistakes because these fans here, are real fickle on any little small mistakes. Look, I'll be honest with you, OG. They had guys hollering for us to put in Heineke.
Wow.
For real, and they were like, put in Heineke. I'm like, now he scored 2 touchdowns, but it's like they still, I just don't understand what that deal was with that. But at the same time, a W is a W no matter how it goes. But tell me how you feeling about y'all so far.
Oh, it's a struggle right here to the end. We just couldn't move the ball. Now we had to punt. It's 42 seconds to go in the game. They got no timeouts. Yeah. Yeah. So it's a struggle here to the end, man.
Oh no, I thought y'all had a chance to kill it.
Yeah, but we were down by 18 at one point. We were down 21-3.
Who got the ball?
Denver got the ball now and they own 20. With no timeouts in 40 seconds.
Woo! Okay. Hey.
Yes, I'm sitting here on pins and needles trying to struggle through these last 35 seconds.
I was just about to say, listen, it's hard for y'all to kick it, whenever you want to really say what you want to say, but then still look at the game.
Yeah, exactly.
Lord Jesus. Let me see.
Well, hope they can hang on here at the end, though. But yeah, I guess you can go back to telling us about your experience because you were at the London game today. So
I was, man. Let me tell you something. It to me has gotten a lot better. Like our defense, the atmosphere has gotten a whole lot better. We've done more in the offseason to make this brand more exciting for the fans. I'll be straight with you. I think so. He did play well, but it's just like you said. Whenever he did make a few, like I said, that first interception, and then sometimes it feels like with the plays that they're running, he's getting the bad end of the deal on some of the plays that they attempt to make happen, right? Because like I say, I'm not saying heavy boos, but like you said, when we're sitting there and they're trying to play, and then you got fans hollering out, put in Heineke. I'm like, wait a minute, he didn't play terrible, and honestly, this is his sixth game, and it's not, to me, just needs a little bit of patience. But I just noticed that with some of the fans that we do have, he does not have a whole lot of room to make any mistakes. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Sometimes I feel like my Falcons fans get a little brand new, but I know that he has a lot. He's expected a lot out of. You know what I'm saying? So. Hold on, my bad, OG. Say that again. Did you mute yourself?
all right now. Can you hear me now?
Hold on. Maybe my sound.
Maybe.
There you go. Go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I got you. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, so I was saying, I wonder how those fans that was booing him during the game feel with the outcome of the game when they go down the field and kick the field goal to win the game.
That I'm not sure, because I know Koo had missed a field goal earlier in the game too. He missed one, and that kind of threw the scoring off a little bit. But at the same time, I don't know. I just know that I heard a few people that were just on some of the plays when you're actually there at the game and you'll watch where he's throwing to. Like he makes some beautiful throws on a few, and then on one or two you were like, well, where did he throw to? But then I noticed this also when you're running a route, and I think what he was doing was he was hurried a little bit. So when he was throwing, he was expecting the guys to be at a certain place, and sometimes they weren't. But then sometimes the throw would just be a little off. You know what I'm saying? So to answer that question, I'm not sure. I'm hoping that our fans get amnesia real quick, when you get a W. But
right.
I ain't sure, my man. I ain't sure. Let me turn the fan on.
Okay. Yeah, but I guess that's the thing. You have to take the good with the bad.
Right, and that's what you want. But man,
no!
Oh Lord! Oh Lord! Oh Lord! What you talking about? What happened?
They just saw that Hail Mary with 3 seconds left go in the game. They took the ball up and Denver caught the pass. Now they finna try to go for 2 to tie the game. The ball bounced around 3 times, and the guy for Denver ended up catching the ball and scoring.
Who caught? Was it number 89 caught it?
Yeah.
Johnson.
Yeah. Ball tipped up 3 times. Nobody knocked it on the ground. Now they're trying to go for 2 to tie the game.
I said no. I see it too, G. I see it.
Man.
Oh, G. Oh man, I'm looking at it now. Yeah. So they got to hold him on this 2-point attempt with no time left.
No time left. That G.
Oh, he in and out. Hold up. Oh, got one. Got one. Woo. Hold up, bring him in.
No. Hold up. Wow.
Yeah, man, stressed out. Hey, my man G is in the building. Did I bring him in?
Can you hear him? Can't hear.
Yeah, I can hear y'all, baby. What's up, my dog?
Hey, man, you got a smile on your face. How you doing out there?
I'm feeling pretty good out here in Arlington, man. I'm feeling pretty dang on good. I can't say the same for the Jets fans, though. But the Cowboy fans out here are feeling good.
Yeah.
Hey, I think OG. Good win.
Huh? Yeah, boy. They had me on pins and needles just now, boy.
Man. So tell us about your experience out there, man. I know you've been this ain't your first rodeo, but tell us what we're looking at here.
Right now, man, I'm at what they call Texas Live. I'll show y'all a quick view of what's going on out there. It's a multiplex sports bar.
Okay. Where you crew at?
You can see right over there at the stadium. It's right up the street, right around the corner from the stadium, man. So, my crew is over there by the stairs. So I came outside, man, so I can talk to y'all. But man, it's been fun. We've had a great time. Met a lot of great people. I met all my Twitter folks that I converse with on Twitter and on TikTok. And it's been nice, man. We've been having a great time. Great time.
Live from Texas. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know what? Ain't nothing wrong with being live, in a good facility. But then when I think about it, before we go into It's Personal with this episode 36, let's play a video real quick, man, for my sponsor, Mr. Alvin Jameson. You got it, OG?
I get it, yeah.
All right.
The crew and you have the perfect guy for you, the mortgage guy, Alvin Jameson. That's right, Alvin Jameson at alvinjameson.com. You can also reach him as we do at 404-587-9033. financing a home can be one of the biggest investments you can make. Go with the one the crew and you trust, Alvin Jameson. And when you reach out to him, let him know you heard it from the crew and you. Are you in the market for a new home or looking?
Yeah. Let's see here. Let me get back to it. I would take that out, OG.
Just click on it.
Uh-oh. I clicked out. Okay. Yeah, once again, if you're looking for a new home, Alvin Jameson is your guy. Speaking of which, like I said, with Alvin Jameson, did anybody hear about or know anything about how the Giants did?
They won.
They did. They took care of the business.
Yeah. They came back at the end 2-1.
That's what's up. What's up? What's your takeaways? Anybody got takeaways from this week in terms of the games?
You know, I don't know how I can't remember, but and I'm thinking this may be a first. I don't know that all three of our teams have started at the season 2-0. I could be wrong.
Never. I know my team wouldn't want a part of this. If it was, I think G probably was the only one that was 2-0. I mean, if you were, I have no idea, but I know it's been since 2017 that we've been 2-0. You know, and it's been a while. You know what I mean? So we will lose openers or we'll lose game 2, but it's been since 2017 that we started the season off 2-0. Now, G, I was telling him, you know, I was at the game today, and my experience was mainly with Ritter. He did his thing, but at the same time, what I noticed about the fans were we're a little sensitive when it comes to him. If he didn't have a whole lot of rope to make big mistakes. You see what I'm saying? Now, he did score 2 touchdowns. He got one INT, but at the same time, he does not have the fan, not all of us. I'm cool, but I was telling him I was sitting next to a bunch of people that was hollering for them to put in Heineke. And me personally, he hadn't had enough time yet. You know what I mean? Now, he showed some strokes of good play, but at the same time, you know, the Atlanta fans can be a little bit fickle when it comes to what we feel like is a new season with a lot of new potential. So I just think that a lot of our fans just need to be calm. You know, he'll take care of the business, but I was satisfied with the outcome. They took a touchdown away from us, but I don't know if you saw any of the game in Dallas, but did you see any pieces of it? What's your take?
I'm gonna say the same thing as you were saying. Hey, can y'all hear me? Okay, y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna say the same thing. I think it's gonna be a growing process with your young quarterback, man. So you got to take the good with the bad. I thought he did a lot of good things, and he gotta learn. He gotta learn to read how to read coverage. He gotta learn how to not make mistakes. But I think what Arthur Smith is doing for him is not putting the game in his hands.
Yeah.
Y'all have a dominant run game with the dual running back crew that y'all have over there with Algier and Robinson, and that's what y'all gonna lean on. As a fan, as a Falcon fan, man, they can't expect him to come out there and be Tom Brady or be a veteran quarterback like Heineke. He's not gonna be there right now. So I agree with you, man. I think I heard it here too. We always watch the game. A lot of people were upset about the way he was doing. I was like, the first play, they were like, man, what is he doing it to? I was like, the first play of the game. Like, a lot of men get in this kind of rhythm. But I think a lot of the stuff that fans deal with is not about that particular player. It's about stuff that's happening in the past. And they take all that and put it on that one player for some reason. I don't know why. But I feel the same way. So my take for the whole, second week of football is Dallas, man, got the best team in the league. I'm sorry.
All right.
The Jets got the number one defense. They gonna come in there and show y'all what the number one defense looks like. We got the number one defense in the league. That's what I think. And Mike McCarthy calling plays. He's calling plays where we're not going to lose the game because our defense is so dominant. We don't need to do a whole lot. So, even though Dak had a great game, but It's simple. It's simple plays though. It's just simple out there.
So
Okay.
so you so you gonna make that judgment call already. Number one, when you haven't seen everybody play all 2 of their games yet, but you can already make this statement that y'all the best team out there.
I said before the season started, we're gonna be the best defense in the league. I'm just standing on 10 toes right now.
Cowboys just won it in.
Come on, my dog. Tell him, baby. Come on, my
Yeah, okay.
dog.
Hey, get his number so I can see him crying at the end of the season. Make sure you get his number. Get his number so I can see him crying at the end of the season.
Come on, bro. Whatever, dog.
Lord Jesus.
Yeah.
They're having a cowboy moment right now amongst girls.
Yeah, exactly.
Number 1 defense in the league. Who is it?
Man, we 2 games into the season.
Lord Jesus.
On YouTube. We're on you. All right. Appreciate you, Brody.
You should have got his number so I see him crying at the end of the season like the other people be doing.
I got my guy Chris Wayne on here, man. One of my guys from way back, man. Grew up with him, man. He's a great tax guy, man. Welcome to the show for the first time. What's happening? OG,
Who you talking about?
I think he's talking about Ritter possibly. Or who he talking? Oh, he's talking about you.
He's probably talking about you.
Talking about me. I don't believe myself.
Yeah.
Hey, you see it. Hey,
Yeah.
Chris, you see it.
Hey, we see it every year. Every year.
We ain't talking about every year. We talking about right now.
Okay. See
See
how he do things? See how he do?
Talk about it right
No, see, when he won't talk about last year, he can talk about last year. But
Talk
because
about
he in Dallas right now, he won't talk about right now.
That's what we talking about, right?
Double
You wanna go
standards,
back to
baby.
last year.
Double standards,
You
bro.
wanna go back to last year. Let's
No.
talk about right now.
No, I'm talking about every year. You holler about we this, we that, we 12-5, we gonna do this and we gonna do that. And ever since I've been knowing you, the same thing been happening. Ever since I've been knowing you. All y'all gonna be crying. Get everybody a number. All you Cowboy fans gonna be crying at the end of the season. I said it.
Ooh, Lord.
Hey, guess what? You get your chance at the belt, buddy.
It don't
You
make
get
no
your
difference,
chance at
dog.
the belt.
Bring it on.
Your chance to come.
Yeah,
Your chance
exactly.
come.
Exactly. You gonna come up that high horse. I'm gonna tell you something. The higher you get up in them clouds, the further it is to fall. Just remember that. With
You know what?
parachute. No
That-
parachute.
The only reason why I'm going with this shenanigans right now is because I got the Cowboys defense in 2 of my leagues, and I ain't gonna lie to you, they're bringing me hella points right now. So
But,
I'm
are
not
you
saying-
winning? Are you winning with both? Are you winning? You winning today, Corey?
I'm winning today. I'm winning
How
today.
many points they give me today?
Hold up. Oh, tomorrow in our league?
Yeah.
Hold up. Now that ain't sure. But
How many
let me
points
see.
they give you, Corey?
On one of my defense, let me see. Dallas gave me. They were predicted to give me 15. They ended up giving me 21. Last week I got 48. Remember, on that dominant performance they got. So right now, I mean, they playing like a wide out or a quarterback. You know what I'm saying? So I can't be mad behind the stats. 10 points for the Jets, and I see you got Rashidi with you. He might be ready to kill himself.
Yeah, you beat me right now.
Well, look, G, tell me about your OG. Tell me about your quarterback. It was Howell, right?
Yeah, Sam Howell. Yeah, he I don't know. He started out, I guess, kind of shaky. I'm nervous and upset. Didn't want him taken out, but it just seemed like he was holding the ball too long. But I can't remember who it was that asked me a question about the enemy. Did I see anything different with the team with the enemy? Today told the tale because the offensive line was having problems blocking Denver.
I think I asked you that last week.
Yeah, they was having a problem blocking Denver.
Okay.
So I could tell the difference between this year and last year with the enemy being there, that he changed the play calling based on that.
Okay.
They started running a lot more, I guess, delays and screens and cross the path where he could get the ball out of his hands a lot faster and running screens where he could take advantage of that defensive line teeing off.
So you did see some adjustments.
Oh yeah, definitely. And like I said, we were down 21-3. We were down 18 points.
Yeah. Okay. So
came back and pulled this out.
So from the game you saw today, you do see a change in how the offense will go ahead and make adjustments and with being there, how it's going to pay off.
Yeah, definitely today. He made some major adjustments today to offset the fact that the offensive line was struggling. And I don't know what it is about the defense. The defense, for some reason, seems to play a whole lot better in the second half than they did in the first half. Because they had Russell Wilson running for his life in the second half.
Yeah.
First half, he's picking them apart. So yeah, I do see a lot of changes, and I can't wait to Turkey Day when we holler at my boy down there.
Hey, listen. I think we all looking. Listen, I'll say this here: with the game that y'all normally play against each other, the only thing you will have to worry about consistently is the defense. Now, like you said, Dak didn't look bad today, but at the same time, you never know what Dak you're gonna get, in my opinion. But we know who you're gonna get with Michael Parsons. Now don't look away, G. I'm just being straight with you. That can be, it can be a little what they call it, roller coasterish. You know what I'm saying? He hit me. He act like he don't hit me now, but that's
he don't want to hear nothing negative you got to say.
Right. I'm just being straight. Listen.
He don't want to hear nothing negative, so he go pretend like he didn't hit nothing. He got a bad connection right now.
Now, Chris Wayne said the Redskins don't have any playmakers. That's why he's holding the ball. I mean,
I don't know why he. So Terry McLaurin has got over 1,000 yards receiving in the last 3 years.
Yeah.
So I don't know why he think we don't have no playmakers.
Well, that's what I'm saying. This year, who you playmakers?
That's what I'm saying. McLaurin's still there.
That was up. Hey,
We got Dotson there. We got B-Rob in the backfield. I mean, we got. I'm not saying we have the strongest offense, but we got enough offense where we can do some things.
You know what I also like, man? I saw your boy Young out there. Not looking too bad either. I know it's been a while since he's been out there. But how you feel about him?
Oh yeah, he. I'm not sure what they and maybe he played real good today. But they didn't, and he's not letting the fact that they didn't pick up his fifth-year option, I don't think, deter the way he's gonna play. So I guess he's playing this way to let them know that, hey, I'm still who I am, even though I've been hurt. So hopefully they do the right thing. Now we got new ownership, and he can stand out this year. But I know Montez Sweat's contract is coming up too, so I guess they're gonna have to make a decision. But right now, that front seven is still strong. And then I got my man Forbes. He got beat, I guess, a couple times today, but then he came back at the end and picked off a pass and it made a big deal too. So I think the more he plays and the stronger he gets at the cornerback, we gonna be all right.
Gotcha. G, I guess before we get into this personal portion of episode 36, what's your I guess your gives and takeaways from this Cowboys game that you were just at today, brother?
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second, man, to get up out of here. Hold on.
Okay. What's up, Big Steve-O? Not your average guy. What's happening with you? It says good Sunday evening, gentlemen. Looking at these Cowboys, they might win more than one playoff game this year. Okay. Hey, I mean, listen, they are looking tough. I try to be as fair as I can. Now coming out of that, what is it, NFC? What is it? Y'all the East?
Mm-hmm.
So I know it's kind of early with 2 games, gone. Who got it so far?
I mean, like you said, it's tough to say so far. And the Cowboy fans will always think they're better than everybody. But there's 3 teams in that division that's 2-0.
Yeah.
And the Giants are 1-1 because they won today. So, and that movie they call Any Given Sunday, anybody can be beat
at any time.
Like my brother like to say, I don't think nobody's gonna ever do like the Miami Dolphins did. So you go get beat. Nobody's going undefeated.
Only one time.
Right.
Only one time.
I agree with that. So what was your question before, Corey?
I was saying, so, coming out, we hadn't asked you, but what's your gives and takeaways from the game you just watched? What's up, Big Rodney?
Like I said, man, the defense is the real deal. It's not gonna be a whole lot you can do out there, man. With Michael Parsons, I think he's going out for Defensive Player of the Year, man. And offense is efficient. The offense is efficient. I think I like what Mike McCarthy's doing out there, calling the plays. Uh, it's this is a well-built team. That's what I've seen. We all know what the problem that the Jets had at quarterback with Wilson, but they chose to go with Wilson. So can't make no excuses for them.
Would it have been any different had Aaron been there, a healthy Aaron Rodgers?
I think it would have made it a little different. I think so. Aaron Rodgers is a Hall of Fame quarterback, so I would imagine that it'll make a little bit of a difference. But they still had that same offensive line. The offensive line is the problem. That's the reason he got hurt the first time. I mean, not the first time, but the only time. That's the reason he got hurt in 4 plays, because on 4 of them plays he got hit 3 times. That offensive line is not good. So.
So you saying that the outcome would have still been the same?
It would have been the same. Oh yeah. They weren't coming out of Arlington. They would have dug.
Hey. Look, can't even be mad at you right now. I mean, defense is stellar. Do you believe that, OG?
I believe what?
Like the outcome would have been the same had Aaron been there.
That's tough to say. It could have, it could not been, but we can't make that call because he wasn't there.
Yeah.
There have been some times when they have played against top tier quarterbacks that had a lot of playmakers, whatever the case may be, and they've gotten beat. But then there's been some times where they've won too. So it's tough to say that what the outcome would have been if he had been there.
And I tend to look at things in a different manner. Like, okay, when did they score their 10 points? Was it early in the game or later in the game?
First half. That was first half.
First half. Okay.
They scored that one. They had that bomb. Yeah, they had that bomb. And then they had a field goal right before the half.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, that was up. Well, like I said, I try to be the bearer of decent news. If they scored 10 points without Aaron, Aaron is good for another 15 by itself. So in my head, I'm thinking that the game would have probably had a different outcome had it been there. But who's to say? Like I said, the W is the W. Like I said, we can't make that assumption right now. But it is what it is. But like I said, we'll have a whole lot of time. So let's get into what this thing has been doing. What we've been talking about. I don't know if I know we were on watching this thing, and we were on with our chat line last night to the wee hours in the AM. The words is personal. It's personal. I think. Listen, how we get with each other, how we get down with each other, a lot of times it's personal too. The Colorado and Colorado State series last night turned out to be a barn burner. Let's get into it, fellas. How do y'all feel about that game, man? Are y'all believers? Are y'all non-believers? Do y'all feel like this is just a fluke right now with his first 3? I'll start with you, OG.
Oh no, it's definitely not a fluke. I've always believed, and I missed on one game, and I said they would get beat by TCU, but I predicted they're going to beat Colorado State and Nebraska. But it is not a fluke. Anybody that's seen Colorado play this year, they know that I'm gonna say it that Shedeur Sanders and Colorado is not a fluke. Now, what I didn't like about that game last night was the way it started out.
Okay.
With the cheap shots and the pettiness. I know it's football, but I mean to come and do a cheap shot that they did on Travis Hunter last night, that was absolutely uncalled for. And I'm not the type of guy that wants to see anybody get hurt. But I'm gonna tell you, if I'd been on that Colorado team and I wasn't a starter, I'd say, Coach, put me in. Let me go get it.
Was that a non-starter?
Yeah. Let me go get it. I'd take them 15 yards. But yeah, but like you said though, it was a great game. I mean, you couldn't go to bed on the game. Anybody started watching it. I mean, it was exciting from beginning to end. They started out, with animosity toward these teams because, like you said, the personal comments that was made back and forth. So that just added pour gasoline on that fire that's already fueling because it's a rivalry game. Yeah, it was a great game, and I loved the outcome.
Man, what you talking about, G? Tell me what's up.
Man, I'm gonna jump on the back of the OG man and say the cheap shots, man, that were displayed by that Colorado State team. I think they had 9 or 10 personal foul penalties, which is
I think it's more than
unheard
that,
of.
G.
Like,
I think it's more than that.
was,
I
was
think
it
it's
more
more
than
like
that?
I think it's more
So
like
12,
15.
12
About 15 of
yeah,
them. Yeah.
which is ridiculous. Which is ridiculous. Which means y'all was told to do this. Um, and I didn't think that's not a part of the game. That does not need to be a part of any football game. If you playing with inside the fines of the rules, I'm okay with it. But what they were doing was outside of the fines of the rules, man, and purposely trying to hurt their players like they did Hunter. They tried to take Shador out with that hit to the head,
Yeah.
then slaying him on the ground with all his body weight on him. They were trying to maliciously hurt them, man. So I didn't like that. But what it showed me, like y'all, I think we all knew, that Shador Sanders is the truth. He is him. There's no doubt about it, man. He is him, dog. And be looking for him in the NFL, man. His speed ain't there, but he.
Uh-oh. Hopefully he'll be right back. So your boy, I'm not your average guy, said that, he said, I've watched the play several times. The CSU player could have lit him up, but he pulled up. He said there wasn't nearly the amount of force that they're saying that it was. But everybody knows that, whenever you are playing, man, if you once you hit the out of bounds, you kind of relax yourself, because you're not prepared for that hit.
Right.
And from what I'm like I said, when you hit him in the abdominals or right below the ribs, I think that kind of took that's where a lot of his power come from. And at the same time, he was thinking that he was, in the safe zone, which is out of bounds. So I kind of see it a little bit different, in terms of being expecting a hit. And like I said, like what Chris saying, that crackback block, is unexpected.
He was late, though. He was late.
That's what I'm saying. It was late as hell,
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. But Steve was saying, he could have hit him harder. But if you're not expecting to be hit, that's when it can happen. That's when it hurts, when you're not expecting to be hit.
Yeah.
So like that was I see it a little bit different, because like I said, Hunter he's a good player. He's taking way worse hits, on the defensive end and offensive end. But when you're not expecting to be hit like that, because he didn't even have the ball, you know what I'm saying? So that can be a little that's a little different for me, yeah, you know what I mean, Steve? But if he had had better intentions, you wouldn't have hit him that way. And honestly, I thought it was a shot. I thought he should have been put out, me personally, but it wasn't a targeting hit like they were saying with the crown of the helmet. But it was definitely a late hit that shouldn't have happened. You know what I mean? So, like I said, me personally, like we keep using the word personal. It started earlier in that week. When honestly, when you say something, and they came ready to back up what they were saying. They came ready to scrap. And I ain't gonna lie to you. I think, in my own opinion, when Travis was out, number 14 started the ball out. That was his assignment. That was gonna be his assignment the whole day, and that gave him the opportunity to do way more than what he would have expected to do. So it can go both ways. I know we all see it a lot of different ways, but for me, I just it brought out. And I ain't gonna lie, that the guys will tell you online. I checked out early. I was like, listen, and look, and to defend myself, remember, I thought they won 5 wins anyway. I was on the bandwagon, but at the same time, I've been optimistic, less optimistic than the rest of the guys. I've been more pessimistic than anything, but I want to see him succeed. Shador Sanders, he made a believe out of me on this game because he kept trying, and then at the same time, he was trying to back up his dad, so Charlo too,
Yeah, but I think when Travis went out, they didn't lose one player. They lost, in essence, 2 players because this guy plays both ways.
Both ways, yeah.
Convincingly.
Yeah.
I mean, he's an excellent receiver and an excellent DB. So in essence, you could say they lost 2 players at that one point in time. But I guess, and Deion, I saw, we done seen all these clips of Deion, but I think Deion, I saw something today where he said he took it personal. He said because back in the day, that coach didn't come out and say anything directly about his mother, but indirectly it was because he
Yeah,
was saying he wasn't raised right. So I saw a clip today where Dion actually had his mother in the locker room
dang.
replying to some of the comments saying that she did teach her son right.
Dang.
Yeah. So I guess they really took this personal. I don't know. I know I saw at the end of the game, I saw Shedeur go out with his dad at the center of the field. And the pleasantries right there wasn't that good.
Hey, Shedeur didn't want nothing there. He was like, I don't even want to hit this dude. He was standing right between the two.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he wanted his dad to. He didn't want his dad to kind of talk, hug, or do any of those in the game pleasantries or whatever. But I could tell it hurt him more than anything else. He said he couldn't wait to put his watch back on. He couldn't wait to defend his dad on this thing. But he said he was ready to, like I said, basically defend his dad's honor. You know what I mean? So
yeah, but
what you got, G? Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
Oh, now let G talk. Then I come back.
I can't find my car.
You want to come?
I've been out here looking for this car for I don't know how long. Is this it? Damn,
What you saying that Steve-O said is what he's saying? He's saying it's sad. I think he's saying it's sad. It's so sad to see this type of personal animosity in sports. It is, but I think it's only because of Dion right now. Like I said, every week is somebody that's going to say something that fuels some kind of fire or something, or I'm only, okay, I guess G hopefully he'll be right back. But I'm only thinking that the Oregon coach won't say anything to start no drama either. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody gonna say something each week because they want to see Colorado fail. You know what I mean? It is sad that sports have come to this. You don't want, it's sort of like how Michael Jordan used to say. Michael Jordan, like if all you had to do was just say one little thing to him and he takes it personal, he gonna score 50 on you, But everybody wants to say something every week, It's like who's next up to say something crazy, I don't want to see him fail, but I just don't want this to be an issue with every coach, every game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess there's no other coach out there like Dion, so they don't. To me, they don't know how to handle it. I mean,
right.
you gotta let him be him. I mean, if it's not affecting you in no form or fashion, which is not. The other thing he said is they asked him about that coach. He said, "I wish him well. I hope he does great."
Yeah.
Because I guess what he said, he said that if you come for me, I'm gonna come for you. That's basically he didn't just say it in those words, but that's basically what he's kind of saying. But if you don't, then we just go play the game and move on.
Yeah.
He said because he said ultimately what this coach does and says is not gonna block none of his blessings. That's basically what he said.
What's up, Big Remus? You're right. It is a rivalry, relax. But this is the third game where the same scenario has happened where somebody says something and it becomes not just a issue about the game, but it becomes the team. It becomes about Shedeur. It becomes about Dion. Like I said, they sold $1.2 million worth of shades in 3 days. You know what I'm saying? It's stuff like that. And then, like you were saying, it's everything that's coming along with this whole Colorado situation. The Rock had spoke at the pregame speech. Then you had Lil Wayne bringing him out like he was a boxing rock, like he's a boxer. Lil Wayne is rapping while Dion walks out. It's becoming more than football.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what this is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where are we going with this football right now? What are we doing?
It's all the hype that Dion brings with it, and right now it's working. They're 3-0.
Thanks. So let me ask you, how long does this last, man? Because I know we talked about this before, and I'm gonna ask you the question that I asked one of the guys that I work with Hunter out, because I know we both asked how long could he last going on both sides. Now they don't have him. What's the outcome for Colorado right now?
Yeah, it's a terrible time for this to happen because now they got to play. They go into Oregon this week, so it's a bad time for Hunter to be hurt. I mean, Oregon's playing. I'm not saying they're playing lights out, but they're a real good team.
They putting up
to go there without one of your best players is going to be tough. And I said this from the first game, and the defense played a lot better against Nebraska, but they gonna have to. I mean, defensive scheme, they're gonna have to make some adjustments. I mean, that 4-14 when Hunter went out, I mean, they killed them last night.
Yeah, man, they kept doing that. He kept going across the is it screen or I mean, he just kept doing that same play, killing him on it. 14. And I don't know if that's coaching or if somebody just didn't pick that up, but tested ain't the word. Big Chris Wayne saying that they're gonna be tested at Oregon. They've been tested every week. You know what I mean? It's he said little baby brought him out once too. Did it? But that's what I'm saying. It's becoming more of we're trying to figure out whatever their weakness is. If this is going to be about a personal issue, if it's going to be about it's going to be anything but football. You know what I mean? And you're right. He did do this at Jackson State. Nevertheless, not on this level though.
Yeah.
No,
He's a Power 5 man. So
right.
But he's not going. I mean, he's going to be Deion. He's not going to change.
Yeah. Man. So Remus saying besides Hunter, their DBs are trash. Man,
Yeah.
That's a lot, man. That means that Shedeur will have to do a lot more. Can he sustain? Because he took a big shot too, but can he sustain?
I think he can. I mean, for him to come in there, I think it was like a minute something to go in the game, 98 yards away.
Yeah.
And just took him down the field to tie the game. So yeah, the defense they gonna have to. I mean, I'm not sure what kind of scheme they can come up with to beat Oregon. But I think in the next 2 or 3 weeks they gotta play Oregon and USC. I was trying to look to see when they play USC. I know luckily they got USC at home. But I know this. I guess what I've seen is that Hunter may be out for a couple of weeks.
Yeah. I think it's more damaging up under that. Like they say either abdominal or up under that rib, on the rib cage or whatever. But I agree with you, Chris. That linebacker and D line is still weak. It is weak, man. And honestly, like he said, he's about about 8 dogs away from being the team that he wants. But
yeah.
So I'm not saying that he's giving you guys some headway of saying that. Listen, I know this team is not perfect, but it's a good start. It's bruised ribs, okay. It's a good start to what people did. Nobody expected the first 3 out the gate. Even me, I know. I think initially I thought 5 wins is what he was going to get because that's what he needed to get for that. For that bonus that he's supposed to have. Because a lot of this stuff he came into with his contract. It's not saying it's crazy, but he had to get a few wins here and there. But he's already surpassed what the past 3 coaches have never done. Which is come out 3-0, and then the last coach. He didn't win 3 games in the past 2 seasons. So, man, listen, it is what it is. It's a good start, right? It is. Now, I know this is a huge if they do pull out a win against Oregon, I'll be the first to say I was wrong. You know what I'm saying? I will be the first. But I know that he has at least 3 more wins on his belt. At least, I know he can get 3 more.
Yeah, but these next 2 games, it's, like I said, it's a terrible time for Hunter to go out because they're playing Oregon and USC back to back.
Golly, is it back to back?
Yeah, they play. Yeah, because they play Oregon next game.
And then I thought it was Arizona State.
No, they play Arizona State after USC.
So they got 2 juggernauts coming back to back.
Yeah.
Ooh, Lord. So you got your Oregon, which is they're putting up buckets, and then your current Heisman Trophy winner in USC.
Yeah.
Right after that,
they go to Oregon, but they come home to play USC.
Come home. So listen. So USC is gonna be the next. Now USC, another California game with all these rich folks that are coming down here. It's gonna be another show it all. Who? Come on, man. These games are gonna be crazy, man. Crazy. Like they were showing last night. They said they hadn't put out the number on what they made last night, but with guys coming in with personal airplanes, coming into Colorado, the provisions that they were making on the field, the stars that were out there, it was just way more than what Colorado has expected. But it's a star show at this point, you know. And then if they keep winning, oh Lord, that's a lot, man.
Yeah. Yep. But yeah, it's a great. I mean, it's a great start.
Yeah.
Let's hope he can keep it up. I think they're gonna definitely become bowl eligible this year. Because I know they're gonna win at least 3 more games.
At least that's what I'm saying. They got to get 6 to be bowl eligible, right? So that's what I was saying. I think, you know, they got 6 in them. You know, and then at the same time, anything over 5 wins, he gets additional bonus money and some other stuff. But, you know, right now, did you see also the I saw on the back of their practice jersey, say your last name is Little John, they'll have at Little John on it so that sponsors can just reach out to the current player for NIL deals.
Okay.
So he got everybody at name for their own. Basically said it's like a business, you know. So any NIL deals, you know, it would have to be, you know, kind of talked to with the university or, you know, and the team or whatever. But you can contact that particular person at their particular name on their practice jersey. Man, I was like, this dude here, man, you know, I think it said 85% of the guys on his team have NIL deals from, you know, small to big. But, you know, I'm gonna ask you a question that somebody brought up to me on the train going to the game. So Alabama has less than 20% on NIL deals, but they're struggling right now.
Yeah, big time.
Will they end up changing their stance on this NIL?
They better. They don't. The recruiting go down here. I know a lot of players want to. I mean, a lot of players want to go to Alabama, but if Alabama keeps looking the way they're looking right now, and a lot of these players that they can go to Colorado or can go to other school and get NIL money, and have a chance to win there too. Because, like I say, Alabama's right now they don't know who their starting quarterback gonna be.
Yeah. Now Rima said this. He said, "This is what football is right now. So it's football NIL. It's football stars coming to your game. It's football. You know, people coming from different states just to see Deion Sanders and his team or Shedeur Sanders coming out with, you know, gold-studded watches at the end of the game. Is this football? Is this college football now?"
Hey, this is where we're heading. And it's when they, you know, for the longest, a lot of people kept saying the players should get compensated because the school making so much on them. So now they are. So, and I guess I don't know what they can do to change it now because it's out there. You can't just go back now and say, hey, no more NIL. You can't do that now. So I think it's here to stay.
So should it be a cap on it?
I guess it's hard to say. I guess it I don't know. Probably you should.
Yeah.
Because what happens is that, and this coming from a person that played lineman, what's happening is that your stars, your position players, your receivers, your quarterbacks, your running backs, they're the ones that's going to get the big time NIL deals.
Mm-hmm.
But your lineman in front of Shedeur that's blocking for him to get him time to pass that ball,
right? They
don't get that kind of money.
And that's where it becomes, they say, your business versus my business. You know what I mean? My business is to block for you, you know. Now, and let me ask you this. Do these guys get taxed for this money? You know, what is this? You know,
that's a good question. I would think if you got some kind of money coming in, you would have to get taxed. I can't see it being tax free, even though, because technically you're getting paid for performing the task for playing football in essence, except for you're not a professional athlete.
That's
true. A good question.
But you know what?
I don't know if they do or not.
And that's what I got a guy on here. You know, my man Chris Wayne. This is what he does for a living. Chris, this is a good question for you, big homie. If like I said, if you're getting NIL money, you know, can it like I said, yes, it's taxed. Okay, he said it's taxed. So
I thought it should be.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Can these kids get in trouble for, you know, doing it the wrong way? You know, not paying taxes on the money. I mean, I know they're right. Remus. They are still getting paid, but you know, some of these kids don't understand, you know, how to pay these taxes or you know, what comes with this. You know what I mean?
The parents need to step in and make sure.
That's gonna be crazy, you know. He said as long as they focus on college football, the only difference now is that the players they get a piece of the pie. They do. But what I'm saying is it's going to be a part, like you just said, this is a part of football now, babe. But at the same time, you know, if you don't do right by the money, this money can kill you. You know what I'm saying? This money can, you know, like I said, you know, we get messed up if we do taxes the wrong way, you know. But
James John brought up a valid point here too, though.
What's that?
He was saying that that need to be a cap because he said not a cap on what the university make.
No, but they also got people that's doing the books, you know what I'm saying, doing the money, all that type of stuff. What else, you know, you're right, Chris. They are grown now, yes, but at the same time, you know, he said H&R Block will help. But just imagine these boys doing wrong by the money, or at the same time, does it come back to bite them in the ass because they didn't do right, you know, filing taxes, or you know, or they tax something the wrong way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You would hope that they will have some of these people in place, you know, to help them.
Yeah, but you know, I understand. Speaking of NIL, speaking of taxes, and this not just college, but it's professional too. I do not understand why these college and professional athletes are out here playing football with these thousands of dollar chains around their necks.
Like Raymond said, man, this is the game now. Yeah.
And then the minute somebody tap you and snap it and break it, then you can be ready to fight somebody.
Hey, look, unless they pull do an Ocho Cinco and just wear fake jewelry, you know. Don't worry about it, you know. Now, look, your brother was saying they don't need a cap, you know.
Yeah.
It's not a cap on what the universities make. I get that. But at the same time, you know, if the kids are making, you know, listen, now trust me, I'm not trying to hate on any of the money that these kids are supposed to make. You know what I'm saying? You're right. On your name, likeness, you know, image and likeness, you're supposed to get what's coming to you. You know what I'm saying? Without a doubt. But I just don't want this to be a situation where it hurts the kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's all. You know, I'm just trying to figure out if it were my son. You know what I mean? What would I say? The first thing I think me and my wife would be like, listen, we need to make sure we got a good accounting for him, or a good tax rep to make sure that, you know, this doesn't come back to bite him. But, you know.
You know, basically you know what's happening right now?
What's that?
Is that it's on the table now versus under the rug. Meaning that
talking the money?
Yeah.
Oh. Everybody know what you're getting.
Everybody knows what you're getting now. Where behind, you know, way back, even though a lot of schools said they weren't doing that, they were handling these players to get them to come to the school. They weren't coming to the forefront. It was under the table. You know, nobody. You know, there was always rumors about what somebody was getting and where somebody was living once their child went to school and what kind of car they were driving once their child went to school. But now it's all up front now. So that's not required anymore.
No. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying no. That's not what I'm saying. Make money. I'm just saying, you know, you don't want this to be a situation. I'm just saying tax wise, and we were just talking about that, Remus. I wouldn't have wanted it to be a situation where, you know, he doesn't pay taxes, or, you know how some people get money laundering. I don't know how taxes go in that sense. I just didn't want the situation. I know if you're coming into a university and you just made $1 million, $2 million, and you're 18, 19 years old, there's no way you know what the situation is as far as taxes. Like I said, I didn't even know you got taxed. But like Chris was saying, you know, who does taxes for a living, you get taxed for it. You know, you do. I just you know that sometimes these teams will hurt you in a sense. He didn't pay. You know, it's gonna come up. We're gonna be probably talking about this in the next, you know, when it becomes a regular thing. You know, such and such. You know, Davis did not pay taxes on his, you know, on these NIL deals, and he didn't even go to the league. You know. So
I guess what I can envision happening is that schools might get mad if you got an athlete that decide they want to go through the portal.
You already see it coming.
Yeah.
You know, we paid him an additional $1 million that he didn't account for.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. But yeah, I would hope that they would. You know, that'll be a part of learning the new college football athlete. Learning and paying taxes and investing. How crazy is that?
Yeah.
But Anyway, big homie, OG, you got anything else you want to end this thing off with? Cause 8:30, and I know a lot of us watch that Sunday night football.
Yeah, we apologize for G. I guess he had his phone on all game long, so he says a text and his phone died. So that's why he didn't come back to us. It wasn't that. I didn't want y'all to think that he was trying to dodge me in the comments. I could keep making it about his team. Yeah, but I think everything is cool. Yeah, I think we covered a good bit in this short time we have. Because like you say, I know my brother Mike Frank. I don't think he was on here, but I know they chopping at the bit to see this game tonight since Miami playing. But it's strange enough to we got 2 games tomorrow night. I thought the 2 games usually happened on the first Monday night game, but they're doing the second Monday night game this week.
This week. That's crazy. So it's gonna be 2 Monday night games are they both at the same time?
No, they could be playing at the same time. I think one comes on at 7 and the other comes on like 8.
Okay. Shoot, that was up. Shoot, I was looking for his background music when we getting ready to dip. So I'm missing that on the clips. But at the same time, don't blame my heart. Just blame me not knowing what his music is. But look, man, like I said, fellas, I appreciate y'all being on the line on this comment chat line. It's going hard. My man Chris Swain, I appreciate you coming on for the first time. James Lil John, not your average guy, man. Listen, I appreciate you being here, man. I'm glad your son has that scholarship plus the 500 on top of it. Remus, who else? If I'm missing your name, listen, Rodney Lil John, Canisius Davis. I think that's all that was on the chat line today. OG, what you got on this end?
Hey, that's about it, man. Like man Corey said, thank y'all all for joining us tonight. This chat line was on and popping tonight. We appreciate you. Appreciate you being out there, and keep it going. And don't come by yourself, like my man G said. Bring a friend with you.
Bring a friend with you.
How much fun we have in this barbershop talk? That's what it is, baby.
For sure. Listen, since we were talking about taxes, me and Chris, we were talking earlier last week. I told him I was gonna bring it to y'all attention. All the guys that that's on the show that's normally talking with us throughout the week. We're gonna have a question and answer segment one of these days before tax season start. I told him maybe around December or whatever, we'll have him on the show and we'll just we'll ask him a bunch of questions to see what what's out there in terms of how people do things with their money. You know what I mean? But other than that, fellas, listen, Falcon fans out there, I want to say congratulations for being 2-0 Commanders. Another 2-0 team. Like I said, with G, they 2-0, which they've done this before with his arrogant self. Cowboy fans, I know y'all out there, congratulations, and to all of y'all who have taken L's. Hey, listen, continue to keep your head up. You'll be better next week. Other than that, man, we are out of here. The time is up.
All right. Peace, y'all. See you Sunday night at 8 o'clock.
Oh, that's right. We'll see.
That's Sunday night. That's that Sunday night. Wednesday night at 8 o'clock.
We'll see Wednesday at 8 o'clock.
In the head, Mr. Yeah.
No, I know, right? So we'll see y'all then. All right, man. I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you being patient with me, big homie.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We get this thing done together.
Yeah, man. We'll see y'all next week.
Peace.
Later.